Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Welcome for this our continuous discussion on this Harinam Cintamani. So today is a fantastic day, very auspicious day, Friday. And I'm not sure about your place, but my place is raining. It's so nice and so cooling today. And today is 4th April 2025. And we gathered here to continue our discussion on Harinam Cintamani. Okay. So I see Vaishnava Kripa Prabhu raised your hand. Yes, Prabhu, you want to say something?
Prabhu, you went to a youth retreat, Prabhu.
Yes.
What is it all about, Prabhu?
It's a gathering for the youth, all the young children.
Are they devotees, Prabhu?
Hey, all from SGM KL.
But Prabhu, their behavior was very bad, Prabhu.
Why, Prabhu, Mata Prabhu?
Yeah.
Okay, so today we gathered to continue our discussion on our Nectarian Harinam Cintamani. So we are at this chapter 4. Okay, chapter 4. So we have already spoke about Namabas. Namabas means the clearance of offensive chanting. And we are sitting on a very, very important chapter. That is chapter 4, blasphemy of Vaishnavas. Okay, offending a Vaishnava devotee, what is the consequences? That's what we are discussing now. So before we do that, let's do our invocation prayer. So just in your meditation, prepare a beautiful garland of rose and lots of rose petal. And just when we invoke mantra for spiritual master, Prabhupada, and Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada, Srila Gaura Kishore Das Babaji, Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur, Srila Jagannath Das Babaji, and to all these to all Vaishnavas. All right. So all Vaishnavas. So in your meditation, okay, when we invoke mantra, just we garland that devotee, garland Prabhupada with that beautiful rose petal, and offer one handful of very fragrant rose petals, all right, to their lotus feet. So in your meditation, that's first thing. Second, when we go to offer obeisances to all Vaishnavas, when we chant this mantra, Vancha Kalpatarubhescha, that time offer your obeisances to a Vaishnava that inspires you. Number one. Number two, offer obeisances to the person that you think that you have offended. Say, like for instance, you have offended a certain person, and you want to seek their forgiveness. You know, sometimes we say we are studying here that Vaishnava Aparat is very dangerous. So now, say, assume that you offend a ABC devotee. Example. So in your meditation, go and put for him or her a garland of rose and offer a handful petal of rose, put at their lotus feet, and offer a full dandavat. That means full obeisances. For a man, for a woman is like, that bend down. Offer and hold their lotus feet and seek forgiveness. All right. Of course, you're doing it in your mind. Example, I offered this devotee, I hold his lotus feet and just say, "Oh, my dear Prabhu or Mataji, kindly forgive me for all my offenses. Yeah. Please accept, please be merciful towards this fallen soul." Right? Do that prayer when we chant this Vancha Kalpa. First, offer your obeisances to someone who have inspired me, someone that you adore, like a spiritual master, or any other Vaishnava mentors. And secondly, is to ask for forgiveness. If you think you cannot do both, just maybe you can fall down and ask for forgiveness to someone that you think that you have offended. All right? Shall we do that? All right. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha. So this is the first Guru Pranam that we chant, all right? But of course, when we do this studies invocation, we do this. Om Ajnana Timirandasya. Ajnana, I'm in ignorance. Timirandasya. And through the Jnananjana, Jnananjana, through the knowledge, Salakaya. Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha. That means the translation is, I offer my respectful obeisances unto my spiritual master, who has opened my eyes, which were blinded by the darkness of ignorance. Om Ajnana, Ajnana. That means darkness, ignorance. Okay. With the torchlight of knowledge. Okay. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasme Sri Guruve Namaha. Then second is Rupa Pranam. Sri Chaitanya Manobistam Stapidam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Jadati Swapadantikam. When will Sri Rupa Goswami Prabhupada, who has established within this material world the mission to fulfill the desire of Lord Chaitanya, give me shelter under his lotus feet? Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yuta Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagarajadam Shahagana Raghunathan Vidam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savaduta Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakan Vidamscha. This is called Mangalachan. And this is a very, very powerful mantra. It's a very powerful mantra. So, before we start, even when you wake up first thing in the morning, you try to memorize this mantra. All right. When you wake up in the morning, you shouldn't like straight away get up and walk out. You get up from your bed, then fall down and pay obeisances. And in that obeisances, you should chant this mantra. They call Mangala chant. Or if you cannot chant, you just get up first thing in the morning, you just chant this mantra. It says, Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yuta Padakamalam Sri Guru Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagarjadam Shahagana Raghunathan Vidam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savaduta Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakan Vidamscha. In this Mangala Charan, consider all the things is chanted in this one mantra. That means, I offer my respectful obeisances unto the lotus feet of my spiritual master. Okay, again, I offer my obeisances unto the lotus feet of my spiritual master and all the other preceptors on the path of devotional service. Other preceptors means all the Vaishnava Acharyas, all in our Guru Parampara. At the same time, your Siksha Guru, all these people, that means you're offering them. So that's why in this word, this is Vandeham Sri Guru, Sri Yuta Padakam, Sri Gurun. Gurun. So Guru means individual, singular. Gurun means plural, many. All right, many. So the Guru, Gurun. Okay. So that's why it says, I use the other preceptors on the path of devotional service. I offer my respectful obeisances unto all the Vaishnavas and unto the 6 Goswamis, including Sri Rupa Goswami, Sri Sanatan Goswami, Raghunath Das Goswami, Jiva Goswami, and their associate. I offer my respectful obeisances unto Advaita Acharya Prabhu, Sri Nityananda Prabhu, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and all his devotees headed by Srivas Thakur. I then offer my respectful obeisances unto the lotus feet of Lord Krishna, Srimati Radharani, and all the gopis headed by Lalita and Vishaka. Okay, now we're going to chant Prabhupada's mantra. Offer him a beautiful garland of rose and a handful of petals and his lotus feet. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimade Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvashesha Shunyavadi Pashatya Deshatarine. Now we're going to offer obeisances to Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimade Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Iti Namine. Sri Varshabhanavi Devi Daitaye Kripabdaye Krishna Sambandha Vignana Daine Prabhave Namaha Madhuryo Jwala Premadya Sri Rupa Nuga Bhaktida Shri Gaura Karuna Shakti Vigrahaya Namostute Namaste Gauravani Shri Murtaye Dina Tarini Rupa Nuga Virda Patitanta Dvanta Harini. Now we're going to offer obeisances, respect to Srila Gaura Kishore Das Babaji. Namo Gaura Kishoraya Sakshat Vairagya Murtaye Vipralambara Sambodhe Padam Bhujayate Namaha. Now we're going to offer obeisances to Sri Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur. Namo Bhakti Vinodaya Satchidanandanamine Gaura Shakti Sarupaya Rupanugavarayate. Now Jagannath Das Babaji. Gauravir Bhava Bhumestvam Nirdasta Sajjana Priya Vaishnava Sarubhauma Sri Jagannatayate Namaha. Now we're going to offer obeisances to all Vaishnava devotees. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubheva Paditanam Pavinebhyo Vaishnavevayo Namo Namaha. Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prima Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Karodise Namaha. Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhakta Rupa Swarupakam Bhakta Vadaram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam. Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute. Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanuste Vipranamami Hari Priye. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Shri Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Om. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Namo Shukara Krishna Sarvata Shrimadi Jayapata Pramati Ramli Namacharya Padaya Nisvaita Pradhan. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. All right, so with that invocation, let's start our today's session. Okay, so where are we now? Oh, it's not here. How's the weather in your place, Mataji?
Cloudy, Prabhu, here.
Cloudy, yeah?
No sun.
Here is raining and raining and raining. Oh my God. Put the rain. Anyway, all nature's arrangement. All right. So where we stopped yesterday. Okay, we stopped at it may be observed. Oh, okay, just nice. Yeah. Right? Yesterday we stopped here. It may be observed. Okay. Krishna. Yeah. All right. Sorry. Can you see? Oh, I've not shared yet. Okay, so we stop here and let's make a quick recap. Okay, there's there's a second type of asset association of non-devotee. It is a three types. So yesterday is something that important that we saw, that second type of asset or association which is not auspicious, right? That means association with non-devotees. Okay, and they got three types. First thing, association with Mayavadi, association with pretenders, and also atheist. All right. So Mayavadi believe that jivas are both temporary, and the Lord Murti is material. Who thinks that? The Mayavadi. They say that we are temporary, and the Lord's deity, it is material. The pretenders, through their genuine, without genuine devotion, pretend to be devotee and to make a living. Sometimes you see devotees who just like to show off, okay, just for the living, okay, just to be seen. But the third is atheists do not believe in the form of God. Okay, that means those who do not believe in the form of God, they are, even though they may sound like a spiritual person, but they still fall under the atheistic concept. Okay, they fall under the atheistic concept. Now, so now these people may claim to be devotee and may be accepted by the public as such. But if one rejects such people, it is not considered sadhu ninda. All right, when you see these pretenders, when you reject them, it is not under aparat or sadhu ninda. Furthermore, one who criticizes a person who gives up this asset. But at the same time, if you criticize the person who give up all these kind of nonsense things, give up atheism, give up Mayavadi philosophy, or give up pretending, okay? Okay. Furthermore, one who criticizes a person who gives up these asset, people should be also rejected and avoided. That means, in other words, one who criticizes a person who give up this asset. Asset means a wrong association. When a person criticizes a devotee, the one that is the person who loves the criticizer also be rejected and avoided. You all get it? When you see a devotee is talking about another devotee, you better avoid that devotee. Okay, we better avoid. So we better avoid this devotee because the devotee is doing dosha kirtan. Okay, it's talking very bad about a devotee and creating this criticism and all this. It's better to reject him and avoid him. Okay, and of course another thing is, of course, the example that we gave yesterday is sometimes when we look at this when we go to that social media and you see someone criticize about a devotee, they will do they found something bad about a person and they start to put in social media to belittle them and to criticize them and to kill his bhakti, right? So when you so all these things we should not read. Even reading the article about a devotee, that what is the bad thing, sometimes when the group from the start with the letter R, okay, the letter R, and thinks only Srila Prabhupada is the only guru and no one else, this kind of movement. So when it's better to avoid them and reject them at once, okay, and that is not acceptable. So we must be always careful who is which kind of devotee that we will take, right? So even in the society also we have varieties kind of devotee. But now you should just like this ISKCON is like a hospital. Okay, this Bhakti Marg is like a hospital. In this hospital, we got varieties of patients. We got varieties of patients. So now when you are a patient seeking help to give up all these kind of assets, all these kind of anarthas, all these unwanted habits. You are trying to go to the hospital to take treatment. Okay. And while you're taking treatment, while you're walking in that hospital, you see one department says highly contagious department, say COVID-19. COVID-19 ward, COVID ward. Then you see another ward, leprosy ward. Then you see another ward, what they call psychiatric ward. So what do you do? When you see this kind of people, even though all of them are sick people staying in the hospital, just be show some compassion to them and walk away. You don't want to go into the COVID ward and just try to make friendship, finish, you end up there. You don't like to go to leprosy ward. You so pity like your skin looks like they finish, you're going to get it. And you don't go to the psychiatric ward. Oh, you are so nice, why? Then you'll be assaulted. So it's not worth it. So we are all a patient in the ward. We should just walk away from that situation. Because in hospital, you have no time to go and show some kind of compassion. In hospital, you are there to get rid of your disease. You are going there just to become pure from your anarthas. So in that anarthas, you must be careful. This is a world what you have to be very firm in your decision. Right or not? Even in business life, in business world, they can call them as cunning, and they are very selfish. When it comes to business, when they want to deal with you, they will deal with you very nicely. But once they find that you are no longer needed, they will reject you on the spot and they move on because they have no time for sentiment. Of course, there's a nasty part of the business world. But here in spiritual life, we are not like that. But the concept is like that. We are not like a business entity. But the concept is, you are no longer important for me. Out. Let's get a new one. Right? So like that. Even how much good friendship, if you provide me the product which is low in quality, I'll just reject you and get another person. I may have done business with you for the last 30 years. But today you don't fulfill my desire. You don't fulfill my standard. I reject you on the spot. No string attached. So like that, even in devotional service, we have to be like that. We have to only associate with a person who's going to save you, with a person who are very genuine, a person who are very friendly, a group of friendly devotees. That means you create a small cell group. You become like a mentor and mentee. Choose one person as a leader and let that person to be the guide in that small particular group. Say when you are appointed as a leader in that small particular group, don't show your leadership there. You are just trying to, you're just managing it, right? So what is the best way to manage a cell group is to allow them to express themselves. Express the devotees, because in overall picture, of course, the devotees are distinct. But in that small cell group, okay, now Prabhu, what is in your mind? Okay, what is in your mind, Mataji? Tell us. So that's the same method that what we are practicing here in this class, Sastra Marathon, right? So I am leading, but I'm not a leader. I'm only managing. I'm cultivating. That's it. I don't take any leadership role here. That means leader means give instruction. I don't give any instruction. I only give suggestion. All right. And I give you the suggestion with conviction. I will not only give you suggestion, but I convince you to follow the suggestion. Right. And like that, happily, without feeling any stress, I see devotees are chanting 64 rounds. Okay. So like that. Then, so that's the thing that you should, and allow everybody to speak. So like that. Okay. Anyway, so in that group, so you see, but you also should understand the person who are like a cancerous, who can seep into you without you even noticing, and it get mutated, and it will pull you out of that bhaktis. So what are the people? The one who criticizes the devotee, the one who have asat sangha, the one who's like this, what they call atheist, pretenders. So if you know someone, just avoid him. Move away from him. You do not need to have association with him. Say that person is the person that very dear to you, a very close friend of you. Think you can change him? You try. If you think you cannot change him, walk away, avoid him. So what you should do, when you see that person, just say, Hare Krishna. How are you, Prabhu? Are you okay? Fine. All right. Thank you. Walk away. All right. Keep your duty official. Sometimes we have seen so many devotees are there. Because this is a hospital. They think they are pure devotee. Okay, that is their conviction. So we have no right to criticize them. We don't say, you think that is a pure duty. It's not in your duty also to create classification. You have to be an expert. Say, for instance, if you have to be an expert cook, in order to discover another expert cook. If you are a 6:30 cook, you cannot say, oh, that fellow's cooking food is not nice. Oh, you think this is, you have no right. You can't do that. You have to be an expert. Then find the potential in others. Right? When someone come and claim, oh, he's a pure devotee of the Lord. When someone get carried away, sometimes, sometimes the devotee become carried away. You know that Prabhu, ABC Prabhu, so kind. He's such a pure devotee of the Lord. But that person is not. So don't go that, hey, come on, la. He's not a pure devotee, la. What he did not finish Dosa Kirpa. Right? So, temple and association of the devotee is the only place you put your ego outside. Right? It's going to be a big challenge. It's going to be a challenge. Hey, how can I do that, man? Sometimes in the temple, who am I? What am I? All that not necessary. So you have to be very careful. Yeah. So therefore, the serious devotee who gives up asat sangha, all right, a serious devotee who give up asat sangha, this nonsense association, which causes sadhu ninda, okay, that can cause offensive devotee, that means gives up asat sangha, which can cause sadhu ninda. That means that can cause you to aparad, okay, because by listening to them and exclusively takes shelter in the name, will certainly receive the treasure of prema. That's when we receive the big treasure of prema bhakti. Okay? Okay, now let's start today's session. It may be observed that in order to proceed properly to prema, it may be observed, all right, that in order to proceed properly to prema, one must be able to distinguish devotee from the non-devotee. Okay? Please underline this statement. This is very, very important. You must be able to distinguish between the devotee from the non-devotee. All right? So we have to know that. Okay, if you want to proceed properly into Prema Bhakti, one must be able to distinguish the devotee from the non-devotee. So one must avoid, okay, because one must avoid aparada of criticizing the devotee and seek his association and simultaneously reject the non-devotee completely. All right. So one must avoid aparada. Aparada means criticizing the devotee. Okay. And seek his association. Okay. One must criticize, avoid his, but must look forward for his association. At the same time, simultaneously reject the non-devotees completely. Okay. So rejecting the devotees completely is a must. Okay. Because you are creating an opportunity for the possibilities of performing aparad. Okay. Then one must furthermore be able to distinguish. What does that mean? Must able to distinguish, must be able to analyze, distinguish a devotee. Okay. So we are not finding fault. Can you explain what is aparad again? Okay, aparada means it is offending a devotee. You got it, Prisha? Aparada means you're offending a devotee. That means you're finding fault in devotee. Criticizing a devotee. And how what are the types of aparada that we are talking about? Or how do we criticize a devotee? How do we find fault? Number one, by looking at his caste. Oh, that fellow born from a low caste. That's first thing. Okay, aparada. So once you become a devotee, there's no longer caste system exists in them. Number two, by thinking about his previous activity. Before he became a devotee, he can be a crazy person. He can do all kind of nasty things. So once he's become a devotee, we should not quote his past. All right. Number three, to create an allegation of blasphemy, something that has not been done. Allegation, blasphemy, like that. Number four, to go and speak bad about him. They call that dosha kirtan. The kirtan, Hari Kirtan you do, right? Hare Krishna. But there you do dosha kirtan. That devotee done this, that devotee do this. Go around the world and propagate. Dosha Kirtan. And Dosha Kirtan also comes under this even you put something about him in social media. Oh, this devotee done blah 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 blah, finish. Because in social media, the thing stays forever. So must be very careful. So this is called aparada. Aparada means it is offending a devotee. And aparada is so dangerous, it can just uproot your bhakti. Okay, Prisha? Prisha is a young teenage girl from that youth camp. Okay. All right. So I think I'll be coming to KL this Sunday. Hope to see all of you. So anyway, so one must further be able to distinguish the types of Vaishnava. That's very important. We cannot be a sentimental. We cannot be a blind sentimentalist. Anyone with tilak, anyone with tantimala, anyone with distress, oh, Haribol, he must be able, right? But just say Haribol like that, okay, you just go and offer your obeisance, it's fair enough. But to able, when you associate with them, when you associate with them, because when he says, what type of association we should have to the non-devotee or the aparadi and all these things, keep it official. Your duty, your relationship with that person is official and beautiful. That's it. No need to go and sit with them and open your mind and get association with them. All right. So now one must be able to distinguish, okay, the types of Vaishnava according to their spiritual advancement. So what are the types of Vaishnava that you should be listening? So now there are 3 types. Wow. Bhakti Vinod Thakur is amazing. He dissects everything. So there are 3 types. Okay, and also Haridas Thakur's commentary. He says, furthermore, one must be able to distinguish 3 types of Vaishnava according to their spiritual advancement. And there are 3 types of that. One is materialistic Vaishnava or a Vaishnava Praya. Okay. Or that means, in other words, they are known as almost a Vaishnava. First thing is materialistic Vaishnava. And what we call materialistic Vaishnava? Vaishnava Praya. That means these are the people almost to be a Vaishnava. Okay. Who is mediocre, who has a mediocre faith. Lebih kurang, 50-50 faith. Alright, in Krishna, but has no service attitude to others. Now, sometimes we see this, right? There's a mediocre faith. That means they are the devotee, but with 50-50. That means they have a little faith. They are somehow or other building their faith in Krishna, but they don't have service attitude. Okay, they don't have service. That means they come to the temple, they stay in one place, they don't have that service at that Turun Pada. Right? They are just there. That means they are devotee for some time, they're chanting and everything, but they don't not to that level of coming down and helping or working or serving. All right? This is the first. So actually, such a person is not a Vaishnava, but the dim image of Vaishnava. So now we understand these are the people who is not a Vaishnava, but it's a dim image. Dim image means the image which is not clear yet. Dim, right? So that means their bulb is still not functioning. When you see the Vaishnava, it's like, just imagine it's like a car light which is very dim, or torch light which is where the battery is going to die. It's very dim. You can see but cannot see. Very dim light, right? So these are the person is a dim image of Vaishnava. All right. So now, or we call Vaishnava Abbas. They are known also, the person is not a Vaishnava, but a dim image of Vaishnava, or we call as Vaishnava Abbas. However, he is not a Vaishnava. How will he be permitted to associate with Vaishnava? Okay. How will he be permitted to associate with Vaishnava who do not associate with non-Vaishnavas? Okay. That means what? Actually, that person is not a Vaishnava, but a dim image. Okay. And however, if he is not a Vaishnava, how will he be permitted to associate with Vaishnavas? Right? It's natural. If he's a dim image, it is not a Vaishnava, how can he go and serve a Vaishnava? You understand what I'm saying? Okay, let's look at the first thing again. They say that the 3 type Vaishnava, materialistic Vaishnava, or we call Vaishnava Praya, and this Vaishnava is a mediocre faith. They don't have service attitude to sadhus. They don't have service attitude sadhus. So the question is asking here, if he's not a Vaishnava, how can he be permitted to associate Vaishnava? Right? Because his nature is not a Vaishnava, and he won't have the heart to serve another Vaishnava. You all understand what I'm saying? If you understand, please put a thumbs up. If you don't understand, please ask me a question. Okay, Nanda Mataji. Prisha, do you understand? Yes. Susan Mataji.
How would we know they are 50-50 and no heart? From where?
Okay, that means this devotee is the one that what they call, they chant maybe a few rounds, they come to temple, that means they have some kind of attraction to Krishna. Okay, that means they still not fully developed yet. You got it, Mataji?
But
That means a devotee is coming. Sorry?
they can be a pretender, right? Pretender, we didn't know which type they are.
Sorry? I don't get you.
I mean, there can be a pretender. So
No. They are not pretenders. Okay? Pretenders is different. Right? They are they are asset. Pretenders means they dress up like me, dress up like me and everything, Come Hare Krishna, can I come and this thing, Dakshina, money. That is pretenders. They pretend in the form of Vaishnavas. They are pretenders. These deemed Vaishnava Abbas, that is this the devotee, maybe starting to become a devotee in a beginning stage. Right? So beginning stage, that means they chant, maybe they have some kind of attraction, maybe they read Bhagavad Gita, they get attracted. Because when the new people come to the temple, they don't straight away come in and do some things, right? They feel paise, yes or not? Remember when you first time to the temple, you stay in one corner, you see everybody's dissing, it's like that, correct or not? So they are the beginning stage. That means they're starting. They feel paise, why everything, Then after that, they slowly going. Then after that, they come, they are dim. That means they are still not fully bright yet. So the question is asking here is, so when a person, say like for instance, when you were first time when he came, and suddenly one sadhu come to our temple, example, say a Maharaj Swamiji comes to our temple, can you straight away go to him and fall at his feet and start to do seva? You won't, yes or not?
Yeah.
So because you're still new, you will be wondering, you don't know what is the procedure, can I go near, it's like that. So that's why it says, okay. However, it's not a Vaishnava. But when he is not a Vaishnava, he's a deemed Vaishnava, how will he be permitted to associate with Vaishnavas? Who do not associate with, okay? Who do not associate with non-Vaishnava. So that means, therefore, this person is considered to be the beginning stage of Vaishnava. Now you got it, Mataji? Now this is the person, beginning stage of Vaishnava, or also can be so said as Kanishta Vaishnava. All right? Upon whom the actual fixed up Vaishnava will bestow mercy. So then, when you come as a new person, but when the fixed up, that means the Vaishnava or complete, that means a devotee, a seasonal devotee, will bestow you mercy, will give you mercy when back he becomes purified. All right. So he says, okay, like now you cannot go to the temple. Okay, let's meet outside. Okay, let's talk about it. Let's join the online, like what we have started actually. All right. So that means a fixed up Vaishnava will give you that opportunity, will train you up, will give you enough conviction that then you become a full-fledged Vaishnava. Right? But the thing is that quite sad is this. After so many years of people attending the program and everything, there are some people who have this kind of things. Okay. Anyway, let's not go into that detail. We will see whether Haridas Thakur is mentioning about that or not. Okay. Then that's the first step. The next highest stage of Vaishnava is the Madhyama Bhakta. Madhyama Bhakta. Okay. Madhyama Bhakta is the devotee can recognize the important position of Lord's devotee. Right? That means these are the people who recognize the important position of Krishna's devotee. Right? They could understand, oh, this is not an ordinary people. Very important. Because we understand, Krishna says, you can be my disciple You can claim yourself as my devotee, but you are actually not my devotee. My devotee is the devotee. I don't recognize you. I only recognize the devotee of my devotee. Okay. Say like when we all sometimes when you want to approach Krishna directly, Krishna doesn't recognize you, but you go there, as the as the as the devotee of the devotee, then he recognizes you. Sometimes it so happen, right, in our normal life. Sometimes when you want to go for some gathering, you just walk in, right? Hey, uncle, hey, auntie, then who are you? Who are you actually? Oh, you don't know what? I don't know. Who are you? I don't recognize you. Oh, I am the son of this person. Huh? Yeah, I'm a son of this person. My grandfather is this. Oh, okay. Oh, you are that person's son. You are grandson. That means you are which one? Which son? Oh, I'm from the elder son. Oh, that one worked in hospital. Oh, see how they recognize you. You go there abruptly, no one recognizes you. But you go there as a representative, as the son or grandson to so and so, they recognize you better. Similarly, the same thing, Krishna do not recognize a direct devotee. We can say, oh, I'm born devotee. I've been born devotee. So what's the big deal? You've been born devotee. But do you have any association with sadhus? No, I don't believe in sadhus. Then finish. Whatever things you fall and pray, Krishna do not recognize you. But Krishna only recognizes the devotee of his devotees. Right? So now, the highest stage is Madhyama Bhakta. The Madhyama Bhakta can recognize the important position of Lord's devotee. And thus always associate with them. Okay, they associate with you. In faith, he's convinced Krishna's position. By faith, he's convinced Krishna's position as the Lord. And the jivas are his eternal servant. Okay, the jivas are his eternal servant. The process of as bhakti and the goal as prema. And they understand the process of bhakti. Okay, they understand the process, is eternal servant, the process of bhakti, and the goal is prema bhakti. They understand that. Okay, you all understand all these things? Do you all agree that your goal is to get prema bhakti? Who's that thumbs up? Husan Mataji. Yes, fantastic. Kesavan, Haribol, Nanda Mataji. So that was Nanda Devi. Okay. So all this understood that you are all at this Madhyama Bhakta. Okay. That all of you are falling under the Madhyama Bhakta. So you must understand, oh, that means I'm a Madhyamadhikari. In every aspect, materially and spiritually, there's three kinds. In material world, there is three characters: mode of passion, goodness, passion, ignorance. Yes, there's three things. And these three is a conditioning in this material world. Please remember this statement. I'm sorry, recording, yes. Please remember this statement. In material world, there is three praman, or the three mode of material nature. Is what they call? Three praman. What do you call praman? What is that? Three modes, MODES, right? So mode of goodness, mode of passion, mode of ignorance. All right. In that three mode is the one that covers in all our life. Okay. The food that we eat, three mode. The food which is pungent, which is nasty, like ikan bilis, right? The dried fish. Okay, all this pungent, nasty, decomposing, this kind of the food in the mode of ignorance. All right, mode of passion, the one that contains that untouchables like this thing, like onion, garlic, and all these things falls under the passion. And the mode of goodness is something juicy and very vegetable, juicy, and all this thing. Okay, that's the thing. And even in our relationship, also that there's three mode of nature. If you are very loving, you are a goodness. If you are very passionate, let's tell the wife, let's go somewhere and have fun. That is mode of passion. Then after that, you go so angry, you fight with your wife. It's mode of ignorance. All right. Then in anything in this material world, everything got three. That's why in Bhagavad Gita is explaining all the three modes. Bhakti, in all these are conditioning that for you to live in this matter. But once you talk about spiritual life, in spiritual my life also got three modes. All right. So three modes is, are you Kanishta? Are you Madhyama or are you Uttama? So now what Haridas Thakur is explaining here as Bhakta. Bhakta means a beginning devotee. Right? A beginning devotee, a beginner. Right? We are not talking about three modes of material nature. We are talking about three attitudes in spiritual life. That means beginning. That means I am a Bhakta. So now I out of these three modes, now I'm coming to the Bhakta. Now what is the three things? So first thing is called as the Kanishta Bhakta. That means you're beginning, you're coming, you feel paise, you don't feel like, I don't want to go and associate, just looking around, having some prashadam, just smiling at people. You saw everybody's working, you just walk by, you just smile at them and walk off. I like that. Okay, Kanishta. Then second is Madhyama. So Madhyama Bhakta means what? Madhyama Bhakta means, that means you're very convinced that Krishna's position. We understand Krishna as the supreme personality of Godhead. We understand that I am his eternal servant. He's Paramatma and I am Jivatma. And I understand my process of bhakti. So that means first is association of devotee. Second is beginning, what they call association of devotee, then faith will this thing. And after that, bhajana kriya. Then you start to practice in all the bhajan. You start to practice in all this. Then you come anartha nivirti. First you come nishta. You have firm faith. And through the firm faith, anartha nivirti. All kind of unwanted nonsense or unwanted habits will go away. So you understand. And like that, you go to bhava. And after you go to bhava, then go to prema. And you know what? Since I am a devotee in Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya, since I am trained to aim high in life, why not I aim for prema bhakti? In life, we are all trained to aim high, yes or not? You go to school, you're not asked to sit. As long as you become top 10 enough, as long as you become this thing, as long as you pass, we don't do that. We always strive to be top student. We always strive to be number one student, yes or not? Even we can't do it, but we strive for it. Similarly, since we are in Gaudiya Vaishnava Parampara, the most bona fide Parampara, the opportunity that we got after millions and trillions of births, we got this thing. So since we here, why do we need to take our own sweet time? Why we need to take our own sweet time? Why we want to take, why, what for? Why not just go for it? So that means that's the thing. So that means you understand that this is the process and this is the goal. He is prema, is a Madhyama Bhakti. So what is the attitude of Madhya Bhakti? He shows mercy to the innocent who have a little faith, the Kanishta Bhaktas. So they will always come and show a little, he will show mercy to the innocent. These are the people who take the books and distribute. You know what? I got something fantastic. I wish I can explain to you, but I can't. Just take this book. Everything you need to know, it's explained here. Everything. Everything. All right? I remember when I was young time, in the year 94, 95, 96, 95, I did my SPM. 96 or 97, around, I think it should be around 96, 97. I used to follow this Poland devotee. He's the one who trained me up in a book distribution. That time I was full-time serving in Penang Island. The place is called Gulugur Temple, all right? Jalan Gulugur, all right? Behind the Lamwai Hospital. Okay, that's the first center started in Penang. So we were there, and this thing. So what happened? The devotee will take me out and he train me. Then he said, how you distribute books? He just said, I hold the books and says, excuse me, I'm looking for an intelligent man to read this book. Are you one of them? I say, what? I say, yes, that's it. He just gave the book. I'm looking for an intelligent person to read this book. Are you one of them? Do you have intelligent to read this book? And he said, what do you mean? What do you mean? So I did the same. So what I did, at that time we were walking towards the High Court, the Penang High Court. And I had a long ambition to become a lawyer. I was fascinated with law. So what I did, I took the book, when I approached a lawyer. I still remember that Chinese guy, he just looked at me. He said, I just went and said, excuse me. Yes. Sir, I'm looking for an intelligent man to read this book. Are you one of them? And I could still remember, because that's the first Bhagavad Gita I distributed like that. Just showed a face. What? No, I'm looking for an intelligent man to read this book. Are you one of them? Intelligent person? I'm a lawyer. He said, it doesn't matter you're a lawyer, but you must have intelligent to read this book. Then he took the book, then he was going to say, what is this book? I'm a Christian. It doesn't matter. I'm not a Hindu. Then who are you? You look like Indian, you got something on your forehead. You know, you say, hey, I'm not Hindu, I'm not representing Hindu. I'm just giving you something that is common for every human being. Then after that, we start lah. Then start, then after they say, sir, do you find my argument valid? Do you think that I spoke well? Yes, you did. And imagine I'm only 17, I'm only 18. I'm say 17 or 18 years old. I say, I'm only 18 years old. I could give you this kind of points. Imagine you read this book and you can argue in court. It's amazing philosophy. You know, every lawyer must have this. I said, really? I said, just try. Then you know what? He read that book. And he was so fascinated. Next day, some other came and looked for us. He bought, I think, around 10, 15 books. He said, I want every of my lawyer to read this book. So that means, you know what happened? So these Kanishtas, that means this person who are, that means that this, they will always like to go and distribute books to the devotees and say that this book will transform you. And to talk to them. We are the people who cannot keep quiet. You know, we like to go and tell people the beauty of Bhakti. All right. So now they show mercy to the innocent and give them a little faith to the Kanishta Bhaktas, the beginning Bhaktas. How? By giving them Sambandha Jnana, the knowledge of a relationship. We have discussed that yesterday. Sambandha Jnana, right? And he avoids the enemies. And he always avoids the enemies of Bhakti or Asat Sangha, right? Then the understanding the different effects of the different types of association. He understands. If I associate with them, what happens? Even at this stage of Madhyama Bhakta, one is considered a pure Vaishnava. All right? Even a devotee who falls under this Madhyama Bhakta or this middle thing, one is considered a pure Vaishnava. Okay? With the qualification of taking the real holy name, not Namabhas. Right? So these are the devotees who are in Madhyama Bhakta, is considered a pure Vaishnava with the qualification of taking the real holy name, not the offense of holy name. You got it? Now, a real Vaishnava is able to distinguish Vaishnava from non-Vaishnava. So this is the training that we should take. You know, when I'm reading this, I'm quite surprised and quite deceived. I think after that, I think there's no one also have spoke about this class, Harinam Cintamani class in Malaysia. Is there any classes even? Have you heard about it? Anyone have done this Harinam Cintamani class before? I think I don't know. Anyway, I can't recall. Once Brahat Bhagavad Maharaj did Japa Ashraya. Japa Ashraya means to encourage people to chant 64 rounds. Okay. But I don't remember looking at it. Okay, anyway. So that means qualification taking the real holy name and non-Namabhas. The real Vaishnava is able to distinguish. A real Vaishnava is able to make a difference. All right. For instance, an expert can see water and this thing. Right. For everyone, water is water. But when you see the mineral water, there's a color of the cover. If it's white, it is got meaning. If it's blue, it is a reverse osmosis. If it's green, it's natural source. No, there's kind of things, right? So that means they could distinguish between all these things so that they may avoid Asat Sangha. So again, avoiding Asat Sangha is very important. And secondly, and Sadhu Ninda, offending a devotee is also very important. And they always must serve the advanced devotees. All right. So actually, he must do this for his own advancement. For his own advancement, we have to practice this. Okay. Now it's 9:13. All right. We start at 9:15. All right. Just exactly 1 hour. Shall we just take a short break? Okay. Take a short break. Relax your mind. Have a water. Stretch your hand and leg. And come back. Hare Krishna. All right. So now we understand. So that means we must be able to distinguish the devotee from the non-devotee so that one may avoid this Asat Sangha. Okay. Asat Sangha, because the Asat Sangha usually will lead us to Sadhu Ninda. All right. Because the Asat Sangha means the devotees, the non-devotees will always criticize the devotees. And when we join them, that's it. Right. At the same time, we also serve the advanced devotees. He who experienced, now Haridas Thakur is continuing, he who has experienced Krishna as the life and soul of everything, and thus sees Krishna situated in everything. All right, then he who experiences Krishna as the life and soul of everything, and thus sees Krishna situated in everywhere. You see, Krishna is in everywhere, and consequently does not make distinction between Vaishnava and non-Vaishnava. Okay, that means they do not make any distinction of Vaishnava and a non-Vaishnava, because you know why? They see that Krishna is in everybody. Okay, he sees Krishna is situated in everybody, even a Vaishnava or a non-Vaishnava, Krishna is there, who sees everyone. Okay, but simply engages in relishing the nectar of the holy name, right? Who always relishes the nectar of the holy name. He will be just enjoying the chanting, okay, relishing, okay. And these are the devotees called as Uttama Vaishnava. Uttama Vaishnava, or known as the most advanced devotees, right? The most advanced devotees. The Kanishta Bhakta perform his devotional service, right? The Kanishta Bhakta perform his devotional service at the stage of Namabhas, right? So that means the Kanishta Bhakta will perform his devotional, means perform his service in the stage of Namabhas, means in an offensive stage. Okay, the offenses are still there. Whereas the Madhyama Vaishnava actually qualified for the real holy name. Okay, so once we evolve from Kanishta and we come to Madhyama, then we actually qualified for the real holy name. Before that, when we chant, we are chanting with as offenses, not attention, not attentive, not this, not that. Okay, but once we distinct, we come to the real Madhyama level. Madhyama means middle. All right, is actually qualified for the real holy name, and then can understand and discern various offenses in the chanting of the holy name. So that means these are the Madhyama Adhikari. Madhyama Bhakta is the one that can understand and can discern. Discern means he could avoid the various offenses in the chanting. All right. The Uttama Adhikari is above committing offenses. That means he doesn't commit any offenses, and he sees Krishna expanded everywhere. So who is that example of Uttama Adhikari? Srila Prabhupada, our founder Acharya. Srila Prabhupada, right? He sees Krishna expanded everywhere. He doesn't make any distinction. Even he went and stayed among the hippies, among the drunkards, in an environment of most abominable environment. You know, sometimes we also cannot tolerate. We cannot do it. You know, a group of drunkards high on drugs, hippies, you know, next day when they become sober, they come and stay with you. This, you know, you live among them. You try to teach them. Yeah. Then, you know, sometimes they don't even take baths for some time. They have a very long beard, long hair. They have not bathed. Imagine, they just open their shoe with the socks, the stinky socks. They walk into that. And Prabhupada just tolerated all these things because he sees Krishna in everyone. All right. That is the example of Uttama Adhikari. It can be seen that it is important for the practitioner of bhakti, right? It is important for the practitioner of bhakti, whether a Kanishta, Madhyama, to understand the performance of sadhana. Okay, it is very important for the practitioner of bhakti or the bhakta to understand whether the person is in a Kanishta Adhikari or in Madhyama, or Kanishta, that means early stage, or in the middle stage. Understand the performance of sadhana. All right, understand in his performance of sadhana. Okay, his own position. He understands his own sadhana performance, his own position in devotional service according to his internal purity. So that means it is important. It can be seen. It can be seen that it is important. It can be seen that it's important whether Kanishta Madhyama to understand his performance. So that means whether you are in a Kanishta level or in a Madhyama level, you must understand your own sadhana. All right, according to your internal purity. That means, okay, now I'm chanting. I'm in Kanishta Adhikari, right? I still have no taste, but I'm pushing myself to chant. Because my tongue is in avidya, ignorance. My tongue is having a jaundice. I cannot enjoy. I cannot relish the nectarian name. So what is the best thing? Go on chanting. So I understand within my heart. Okay, I just go on chanting and chanting and chanting. Bombard until the disease goes away. Then now I came to the level of Madhyama or the middle part. So once I'm in the middle part, I know, okay, now I know, okay, now I came to the level of Madhyama. So Madhyama means I love all the people, I love the devotees, I love the deities, I respect everyone. I'll be very spontaneous in serving the Lord. All right. Spontaneous in serving the devotee. At the same time, I love to go and distribute books. I love to go and do Harinam Sankirtan. I love to, because I know that many people out there are still hungry for bhajan, hungry for Krishna, but they don't know that they are hungry. But we know that they are hungry because of their suffering. At least they want to get rid of the suffering. So that means internally I start realizing. That means I start to realize now when I have that feeling now, okay, from Kanishta, now I'm coming to Madhyama. We must be able to understand in ourselves. All right. So by doing this, one can avoid non-devotee assertion. So when we understand, well, I need to increase. Now I'm in Kanishta. Now that's why I said write a journal. Write a journal. Make a journal every day. So now what happened to my bhakti? Now I went into bad mood. Why I went into bad mood? All right, because this one person irritated me. And how that person irritated me. Right? Or I start to no mood to chant because I'm heartbroken. Why I'm heartbroken? Because I just found out this devotee was that which I adore. Actually, he's a pretender. All right, he's a pretender. Let me say like, oh, I know this person ABC does, and this ABC does such a great devotee, and I really adore him. Someone come and tell me, no, actually don't trust him. That is a big time pretender. He's a cheater. After hearing that, you get heartbroken and you have no mood to chant. You feel like cheated, dejected, betrayed, all these kind of feelings will come. Right? But that night, we just put on the thing. All these things happen because of this disease. I didn't chant my mantra because I'm so heartbroken. I feel betrayed and everything. But down there, you also write your feeling. But in my opinion, that ABC does is such a nice person. This, and this person. So you analyze where you make mistake. So what happened, what have you done is you have listened a dosha kirtan from a hater. Maybe ABC das and XYZ das are not good term. They hate each other. They don't have a good relationship, in other words. So what happened? You listen to XYZ das and dosha kirtan and you spoiled your day. You spoiled your day without even chanting the Holy Name. So in your journal, then you start to rectify it. So now onwards, I am not going to associate with XYZ das because XYZ das is coming and do dosha kirtan. And because of the dosha kirtan, I am still in Kanishta Bhakta. So this person I avoid. This person. Make a list of person that you think you want to avoid. Right? But don't go and tell everybody, I want to avoid, just for your own nourishment. Yes or not? For your own nourishment. Sometimes when you go to school, the boys, there has varieties of boys. Bullies, gangsters, crazy, all kind of boys are there. But as a parent, we are training our children. Make sure you don't associate with this flirt. Don't go to that flirt. Make sure you stay with this group of boys. They are very good boys. This thing. So when we were young, we were taking instruction for our parents. What are the people that we should avoid? But now today as a bhakti, once we come into bhakti marg, bhakti devotional service, we also should be able to make that distinction. Right? We have to be able to make the distinction. Okay, now these are the person. So you write down. So now you see, oh, this kind of bhakta will spoil my bhakti. So next day, when you make XYZ das, what do you think? What I've said about yesterday, about that ABC das? I say, Hare Krishna Prabhu, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Prabhu, I've got some seva. We'll talk about it later. Walk away. Right? and you see him, just smile. You don't need to reply his WhatsApp, you try to show that you are not happy with him. And eventually that person will not bother you. Because why I'm telling you, I could say the prime time of my devotional service was spoiled when I associate with one particular person which I adore. I adore him so much. Lot of things, even like the time management system, and lot of things that I learned from him. But the problem with him is, if he gets angry, he can, when you want to express displeasure about a devotee, he can go extreme. And by that association, I think I wasted 10 years of my life. 10 years of my life of not going detail. So we must be able. Now, he just say message, he just say, you just send me something, I will ignore. But sometimes he says something, I just say, Hare Krishna, yes, very interesting. That's it. So he understood that I'm avoiding him. That's best. Right? Are you offending him? You are not. Are you doing Vaishnava Aparadh? You are not. You are saving yourself from further horrible Vaishnava Aparadh. So you must be able to make your own analysis. That's what I'm telling you. Make your journal every day. Write it in your journal. Now, what happened? If the same scenario going to happen tomorrow, you can avoid it. This thing. So it's nothing happened by chance. You're not a random person. You are a specific person. Okay. So by doing this, one can avoid non-devotees or asset sangha. And by this, one can advance further. Okay, you can advance further. Therefore, it is important that one come to the position of Madhyama Bhakta. So it is important that we should come to the position of Madhyama Bhakta. Hari Bol. I have not heard about this. See, I remember reading it, but don't remember. See, discussing with all of you, I start to understand. So that means we should also come to the Madhyama Bhakta with our effort. Right? After reading in Nectar Bhakti Aloka, after Nectar of Instruction and Bhakti Aloka, I start to realize there is no harm setting a goal to become pure devotee. There's no goal setting, there's no harm setting a goal to become to get prema bhakti. There's no harm. At first, I thought it should come to you naturally. So we go to the temple, serve, come back home, then go to the temple, serve, come back. Now we realize just by serving and getting, you won't go to that level. So we should have associate devotee, we should understand, we should learn from them, then we should chant the holy name, and that holy name we should chant without any offenses. By doing this, you can come to the level of Uttam, or you can get the pure devotional service. So now, Haridas Thakur is saying, no, Haridas Thakur, yes. If there's a mark like this, means it's Haridas Thakur. If there's no mark, it's a commentary by Bhakti Vinod Thakur. Okay, anyway. So Haridas Thakur says it's important that we should upgrade ourselves to go to the level of Madhyama Bhakta. Right? So, which is the one who is, what is wrong with you? Anyway, I use this one. So one who is qualified to make this distinction. So we have to make the distinction. We should avoid this kind of non-devotee, non-qualified people. Okay, and we should avoid, then we should associate with this thing. We should set our mind. All right. By end of this year, by 31st December, I must advance myself from Kanishta Adhikari. I must advance myself to Uttama Adhikari. Madhyama Adhikari. Right? I must upgrade myself. And in order to do that, what are the rules? Asat Sangha, non-devotees. Asat Sangha is also pretender, atheist, and Mayavadis. Must be very careful. So whenever you see any devotee, offer your obeisances in a nectar of instruction. What do you call? Rupa Goswami is mentioning. When you see a Kanishta, pay obeisances, honor him through your mind enough. Hare Krishna. Just enough. Official and beautiful relationship. Then you see Madhyama Adhikari, you can just see him, you just fall at his feet and take his blessing. When you see Uttama Adhikari, wherever you see, just fall. Whichever area, whether the place conducive, by seeing him, immediately you should offer your Dandavat. So we understand all that, right? So now we set our goal. So now I'm in Kanishta level. Identify yourself. What are the weaknesses that you still have in your heart? and how you're going to rectify it. All right. And to the process of rectification, pray to Srila Prabhupada. Pray to Sri Radha Krishna, Jagannath Baladev Subhadra. Pray to your deity, especially Gauranitai. Sriman Gauranga Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu is so merciful. You know, Gauranga Mahaprabhu is so merciful. And do you know, more merciful than Gauranga Mahaprabhu, there's one person which is more merciful than him. There's one person is more merciful than Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That is none other than Nityananda Prabhu. Go and pray to Nityananda Prabhu. Oh, my dear Nityananda Prabhu, please kindly inform Sriman Gauranga Mahaprabhu to give me the blessings. Right? Give me the boon that I could be able to chant 64 rounds in full attention. Please give me that boon. I don't ask anything else. I just want this boon. Or boon in Tamil we call varam. எனக்கு இந்த வரத்தை கொடு. என்ன varam? 64 மாலை. Alright? முழு சிந்தனையோட கவனத்தோட ஜபிக்கிறது. Give me the boon that I could able to chant 64 rounds of your holy name with full attention. Please give me that ecstatic feeling. Please show me the way. But now you're struggling to chant 4 rounds. But you're praying to Krishna to do 64 rounds. Is that any problem? No, no problem at all. You know, when a person who's not even qualified to handle 10,000 ringgit, but is going to Krishna and praying for 1 million ringgit, is there any problem? No problem. You know, when Krishna give you 10,000, few days gone. You know, atam patam kondatam, all the money fly away, 10,000. So Krishna says, hey, you don't even qualify to handle 10,000, you're asking me 1 million. What's wrong with you? But there's no harm asking, right? Yes or not? Oh, Krishna, give me 1 million ringgit, Krishna, please. But, you know, you don't even qualify to handle 10,000. But you can pray. When time comes, Krishna feels you're qualified, he'll give it to you. Similarly, you are struggling to chant 4 rounds a day, example. But you're praying to Krishna, dear Krishna, give me the boon that I could chant 64 rounds of your name in full ecstasy. So write it down. Like I say, I showed you some example, right? I showed you in my wall. You know, I wrote that. It took me 8.4 million lifetime to do what I'm doing now. Therefore, I chant 64 rounds of japa daily, follow 4 regulative principles strictly, study and master Shastra religiously. Right? So that's a goal that I've written and I stick it on my wall. And I know I definitely not qualified. But why not set a goal? Right? Then, once you set your goal, Krishna will somehow or other inspire you from the heart, will create a way for you, will create an opportunity for you. Until one day when you start to chant Hare Krishna, you can finish your japa. You know, I should not say this, but anyway, I just saying this for your, you see, once you become a seasonal chanter, when you start to chant very seasonal, right? When you start to sing, you could be able to finish your 64 rounds in 3.5 hours. No, I thought that I'm there's another devotee chanting. I asked, so how long do you take? Prabhu, only take 3.5 hours. Really? That means my theory is correct. My theory is correct. You can finish your 64 rounds in 3.5 hours. Right? When you come to that level, you chant your 16 rounds in 45 minutes. But of course, for a beginner, you must do 1.5 hours. Okay? Because as you start going on chanting and chanting, when your tongue becomes more and more versatile, more and more softened, vibrate very nicely, you just go on chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, and with full attention. That's why that day I taught you the pronunciation, how to pronounce Hare Krishna, not Krishna, Krishna. The sound K, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. So when you could able to see that, your attention will be there when you're chanting. So you just set your goals. How the thing going to happen? Leave it to Krishna. But put that proposal to Krishna. Dear Krishna, I'm very serious. I want to chant 64,000, 100,000 names of yours. 1 lakh. I want to be Laksheshwara. Okay? So like that. So that means a Madhyama who is qualified to make. That means you have to set your goals. Right? So the typical activity of a real devotee, Madhyama Bhakta, are avoid sadhu ninda. That's the first thing that you should do. Sadhu ninda. So that means the first thing as a Madhyama Bhakta, you should avoid offending devotee, aparada. Sadhu ninda means aparada. Okay, aparat. Okay, you must avoid offending devotees or blaspheming. Okay, ninda means blaspheming, not offending. Okay, offending means you offend, but ninda means blasphemy. All right, what is blasphemy? Let me get you the real meaning of blasphemy. All right, so now we see here, blasphemy is a term often tied to religious or cultural contexts, referring to acts or speech that are considered disrespectful or irrelevant towards sacred belief or entities. It is a concept that varies widely across culture and legal system. Okay. Okay. All right. For example, in certain tradition, questioning divine authority or sacred texts may be seen as blasphemous, while in others, such discourses might be considered form of seeking deeper. Okay, that means, okay, how does blasphemy does across? Okay, so that you understand already. So that is what the blasphemy is all about. Okay, now, so now this is very important. So blasphemy or this thing as ninda, right? Is very so we must be able to avoid blasphemy and take association of sadhus. Association of sadhu, serve the sadhus and give knowledge to the innocent jivas. So we must be able to give knowledge to the innocent person while performing Nama Sankirtan. Nama Sankirtan means chanting loudly. All right? Or you go to the street and sing, or you chant loudly. First is japa. You know, when you chant, okay, first is chanting in your mind, right? All right. Second is japa. You're saying up. I mean, you can hear. First is you chant loudly. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Things are all listening around. This is Sankirtan. So now, being overcome with the material modes, if one commits the offense of blasphemy against a devotee, that means overcome. That means when you overcome by the material mode of nature, ignorance or passion, by actually non-devotees, asat sangha. And if one commits the offense of blasphemy against the devotee, then what they call? Haridas Thakur say, one should sincerely feel repentant and cry at the feet of that devotee for mercy and forgiveness. Right? So one should feel repentant. Oh my God, I made a biggest mistake. You should be feeling very guilty. You have to be very repentative. At the same time, cry at the feet of the devotee. Fall at the feet and cry. Please forgive me. The mercy of and forgive. Please forgive. Cry at the feet of the devotee for mercy and forgiveness. All right. So the devotee who is by nature very merciful will forgive the offender. So now we should understand this. When you are trying to get and try to ask for forgiveness from a devotee, say you offend a devotee, you are going there to seek forgiveness. Don't use this term. My dear ABC Prabhu, say the Prabhu is ABC, right? ABC Prabhu, if I have made any offenses, kindly forgive me. That is not the real repentative. That's not the real thing that you're asking. You're not really asking for forgiveness because you still have that your false ego in front of your eyes. You have done offense against him. You have offended him. You have done dosha kirtan. This devotee ABC does is terrible. These that blah, 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 until you feel, oh my God, I made a big mistake, Krishna. Why did I offend him? Oh my God, Krishna. Hey, I'm not getting a taste for chant. Then you go to ABC Das. Dear ABC Prabhu, kindly forgive me for any offenses I've done against you. And ABC Das will be wondering, what offense? Any offense? Okay, I don't understand. That is pretending. Go to ABC Das and specifically tell him, my dear ABC Prabhu, I have done great offense at your lotus feet. You know, when your gesture of doing that, doing this, doing that, I got so annoyed with you. And I got associated with some Asat Sangha. And the devotee says something very bad about. I joined him and I said, this is the bad things that about you. You know, you are lazy, you are pretending, all these offenses are done against you, Prabhu, ABC Das Prabhu. So I am such a fool. You know, I'm such a great fool, bloody fool, that I've made such a huge mistake at your lotus feet. Kindly, ABC Prabhu, please forgive me. You know, I'm repenting. No, I made a big mistake. I promise that I will never do this again. You know, I'm such a fool. Please forgive me. Fall at his feet. Fall at his feet and say, Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubevacha paditanam pavinibhyo vaishnavebhayo namo. You know, you do that. Then after you do that, then you start to feel a kind of burden actually left. Then after that, what is the next step? Glorify ABC Das. You know, ABC Das such an exalted devotee. ABC Das is such a wonderful devotee. You know, when it comes to Prashadam time, make sure you go and serve that ABC Das. All right? But sometimes you wonder, you know, can I do this? Like myself, I can't do that. I got a big fat ego. You know, for me to do that, I cannot do it. But you know what I did? I wrote it down. You know, sometimes they say, write a letter to them. Bhakti Brahat Bhagavad Maharaj says, write a letter to them. Express all the fault you did. All right. If you don't dare to go and see him face to face, or you can type everything and send to the WhatsApp message, text message. Whatever it is, express it. So what I did, I wrote down. I wrote down all these things, you know, to one particular devotee. Then I was just thinking, should I give him the letter or not? To give or not to give? To give or not to give? To give or not to give? I'm contemplating because my fat ego is still stopping me. But what I did, I was reading the letter every day. Every day I just open the letter, read it. I was thinking, should I give? Should I give? Should I give? And you know what? By mercy of Krishna, when we had a meeting, we were having a meeting, suddenly without me controlling myself, my tongue started to speak by itself. Just like, you know, the car drive without a driver, auto drive. You know, my tongue suddenly opened. My dear ABC Prabhu, you know, I said, I'm telling hey, tongue, stop it. Stop. But the tongue started to speak by itself. And that Prabhu got a shock. I said, you did this, Prabhu? Yes, Prabhu, I'm such a fool. I'm a bloody fool. You know, I did this. My tongue started to speak by itself. Then after that, without me controlling, I straightway fall at his feet and said, please forgive me. And he said, no, because he was in the position to, because he was sitting near the desk, he has no position to come down, to fall. But he said, no. Then he just touched my head. He said, okay, no problem, bro. I'm really sorry. Then I came out. Then after that, I start to analyze what happened. I said, I'm not going to do it. My tongue spoke by itself. I said, I have got bad. But you know what? The ego is the one that controlling you. Once you start to practice your bhakti sadhana very well, all your senses and all the indriyas will start to work in such a way that it subdues your false ego. And I was surprised. And ever since then, I made a point not to say anything bad about anyone. Unless to make a point. And that also in a private conversation. In a private conversation, we are talking, okay, now how to build the temple, how to make the temple successful. What was the flaws in the temple? Why the temple is not flourishing? Where went wrong? Okay, this particular person have done this, that particular person have done that. Because this one group went off. Because this one group went off. Because this person, one group came in. So that is not sadhu ninda. We are not blaspheming. We are not saying something that did not happen. We are saying something that happened in confidential manner. In confidential manner. So confidentially, we are saying, okay, now in the future, we should not do these kind of things. Right? When that particular devotee want to come forward and want to come and serve in the temple, we have to be very careful. we should make sure that he doesn't go and poison other innocent devotees around. So that's this thing. But I don't go and tell people, hey, that XYZ devotee comes in, XYZ does come in, make sure you don't associate with him. He's a dangerous fellow. We don't do that. That's dosha kirtan. But so that's it. So we must be able to do that. So try your best not to offend anyone. So what are the things? The 10 offenses that we have discussed this thing. Okay. Now let's go into the types of offenses, because from chapter okay. So under the Namabas, there's a 10 offenses. The first offenses is blasphemy, the Vaishnava that we are discussing now. And the next chapter is going to talk about worshipping the demigods as independent. Every offenses are in every chapter. So we can go into that detailed studies. All right. Now, then after that, okay, now 10:50. Shall we take a short break? Do you want a break or continue a bit? Oh, we are actually at the last part. Oh, Haribol. Okay, anyway, we finish this. So that means repentant cry at the feet of the devotee, mercy, and the devotee who is by nature very merciful will forgive the offenders. So now, like this, what happened if the devotee has passed away? All right, the devotee has passed on. The devotee that you offended is no more around. Or the devotee has that migrate to overseas and you have lost contact. When I say you have lost contact, right? So like this. So what you should do to this kind of devotees? Honor them in the heart. Okay. Pray to your spiritual master. My dear spiritual master, I'm such a fool, not an ordinary fool, but a bloody fool. I made such a big blunder by criticizing that devotee. But now I realized my mistake by your mercy, but I couldn't able to seek forgiveness from him because he has passed on. Or he has migrated to a country and I have lost contact with him. I've done a big mistake, like that. So, my dear Guru Maharaj, please forgive me for that offense. You pray to Krishna. You chant one extra rounds, dedicate to him. You think about him. If he passed on, just do something in his memory of him. All right? Maybe you don't want to tell it out, but you just can say it anything. Okay, today I sponsor Sunday Feast program. Okay, today's Sunday Feast program is sponsored by Padita Tarna. That's it. But they don't know what's my intention. But my intention is, my dear Lord, I'm offering this food in memory of that particular person that I've offended very gravely. Please forgive me. Right? So try to do that. Okay? So that's some of the ways that we can see. Then Haridas Thakur concluded, according to your order, Lord, I have discussed first offense. I offer to your lotus feet. The person who, like a bumblebee, lingers at the lotus feet of Haridas will receive the touchstone of the holy name as his life and soul. The person who's like a bumblebee lingers at the lotus feet of Haridas. So we can also make this book, the chanting of this holy name, as a. So by the mercy of Srila Haridas Thakur, by the mercy of all Vaishnava Acharyas, we pray that we will be given a strength, understanding, and insight that we will avoid Vaishnava Ninda, offending the Vaishnava devotees rest of our lives. As long as that we live in this material body, we pray to Haridas Thakur for his mercy. We pray to Srila Prabhupada and all the Guru Varga, the Guru Parampara, and also our own Diksha Guru and all Siksha Guru. I pray to all that great Acharyas, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and Sri Nityananda Prabhu, up to Lord Krishna, Srimati Radharani, and all the Gopis, Sakis, Manjaris, and especially to Nama Prabhu, the personified of the holy name. I pray that all of us will be able to stay away from blaspheming the devotees. Oh dear Lord, please do not give us that opportunity or a moment that we can get entangled in offending a devotee. As we understand from reading this book, offending devotee is the first offense, and this offending devotee can uproot our creeper of bhakti. We have all got the bhakti creeper, bhakti beach, and from that creeper, the plants start growing, and it's just reaching almost near to Goloka, and offending a devotee will destroy everything. Just like we are playing snake and ladder, all right? The longest snake stays at the number 99. If you all have played snake and ladder, you go one way, snake will come down. Ladder means you go up, right? So the longest snake stays at the number 99. You go. Just before you reach perfection, before Goloka Vrindavan, at number 100, when you go there to 99, you come down very low. So, my dear Lord, please protect us. All right, dear Narshinga Dev, please protect us from all anarthas, all egos, all how they call false egos, all these kind of things that we have. Please get rid of it, especially when we associate with devotees. Right? Don't let us express this kind of feeling, anger, frustration, envy, when it comes to devotee association. Please protect us from the first offense, which is called sadhu ninda, or the blaspheming or offending a Vaishnava. Hare Krishna. So we take a short break. Now we're going to start chapter 5, worshipping the demigod as independent of Krishna. Okay, shall we just take a short break? A 5 minutes break, 2 minutes or 3 minutes, 5 minutes. Yeah. Is that okay?
Yes, Prabhu.
So I also need a break. Okay, so now we are coming to the chapter 5, the worshipping the demigods as independent of Krishna. Yes, Rusan Mataji.
Yeah, before we start this chapter, seriously, we become what is it? A prima bhakti. So I don't understand why they have so much feel repenting for the lotus feet and forgiveness. This is what that means about. It's very confused because we are born in this century, and how to understand their way. And of course, I'm not Hindu. The culture, like, oh, what is this means about?
Okay, the idea is like this. See, after so long, after we have taken so many births, now we got the opportunity to what they call to become a devotee. And what are the hindrance of progressing in bhakti is actually when you offend a devotee. Okay, when we offend a devotee, it is a very grievous mistake. Grievous mistake, right? So when at that moment, our entire effort in progressing in bhakti can be destroyed. Okay, our entire progress, that means we are progressing in bhakti, we are almost there, but it can be destroyed when we offend a devotee. Okay, for that reason, it's a kind of analogy that you have to fall at their feet and ask forgiveness. Sorry. Okay, I just give you a like normal example. I hope that you have not experienced that, but I think you have seen that. No? Have you seen people get repossess the car? Have you seen a car repossessor?
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. When someone want to take away the car, what the owner will do? The owner will cry, will howl, will beg, please don't take my car away. I will definitely will go and pay the bill. All right, I will go and make the installment. Please don't sit. Don't take my car away. People seem to be like they fall and cry back. Or sometimes when you see the house get repossessed, the person who are not paying the house or rental, the owner will come and chase them out. They'll come and just pull them and throw them away. So they beg, please don't do this now. I got children, I got family, I will definitely pay your rental. Or just like a loan shark come and threaten. They always fall and sink. So this is an analogy. Just think about that. Okay. But bhakti is something which is very, very, very precious. Then by this situation, the bhakti can be pulled away from us. So for that reason, that's why we are falling at the feet and says, please forgive me. If not, the bhakti will be pulled out from you. Okay, Mataji? That is why offending a devotee is the first offense is very dangerous. But of course, this is only for those who have come to Madhyama and Uttamadhikari. But as a beginner, it is not like that. It's very hard to understand, I believe. I trust you. It is very hard to believe, especially. And it is very hard. It doesn't make sense when it comes to the modern situation, modern environment. All right. But that's the way that is recommended. All right. So the best thing is try to avoid offending anyone. Try to avoid talking very bad things about anyone. Okay, Mataji?
Still okay, but very hard to understand.
Because, example, as I said, when a person get kicked off from the house is no longer theirs, and they got a family, or the car were taken away by the bank, the repossessor. How they beg so pitifully, yes or not? Because they need that very badly. So similarly, now that we can see with our own eyes, or we can see with our sense perception, right? But this is bhakti, something that we can't see. We can't see, how does the bhakti leave you? But of course, you're still new. As you go on, you'll understand this. Okay?
Okay, yeah, because my life when I come into it's gone, a lot of people offend me, not I offend them.
When people offend you have said something very nice now. I forgot to tell them. When someone offend you, don't take that offense and just pray to Krishna, my dear Krishna, these people are offending me and I just don't take it to my heart. Just don't take it to your heart. Just like what happened to Jesus. When Jesus was crucified, the crucified, the thing, during the crucifixion, all they say they're going to keep, they were hammering his hand and legs, when they crucify him, what did Lord Jesus pray? My dear Lord, forgive all these people. They are just foolish. They are just ignorant. They are offending a devotee. Of course, that's a great offense. But what he did, he just said, at that time, he was not crying, he was not lamenting, he was not cursing. He just said, please forgive all these idiots. All these foolish people are trying to crucify me. Please forgive them. So that is how we should be. So as a devotee, we try not to offend anyone. But when someone offends you, just ignore it, just forgive it. Just don't take it to your heart. But of course, as a beginner, it's tough. But as you go on, I was like that. I was like you. How am I supposed to fall at people's feet? As I said just now, I cannot ask sorry to that devotee, So what happened? I was just thinking about it, but I want bhakti very badly. But Krishna arranged the situation without me controlling. The word came out and the action came out. And you know what? After that, I felt tremendous relief. I start to have a huge relief in my heart, as though some big burden has been put down. It's like that.
Very hard to imagine from the feeling. Sometimes you with the family issue also. Oh, very grum.
This is family, Mataji. This is talking about devotees. But if you can practice this even in your family will be very fantastic. Your life will be very good relationship with your family. Even if you can practice this in your family life.
Okay.
It can be very easily to ask forgiveness. But what will hinder you? The thing that stops you is actually your false ego. Right? And how to rectify the false ego? By go on chanting Hare Krishna in Kanishta, as a beginner. You just go on chanting Hare Krishna. Just go on chanting Hare Krishna, until your mind and intelligence get purified and you come to that level. I have seen a person who is a personified of ego, big fat ego. Oh, that person, ego, you can never go near him. Who am I? Like that kind of ego. But after he became a devotee, he became so humble. That's something that cannot perceive, Once upon a time, this person is such, and today he's such. So just let yourself submerge in this holy name, and this will just work out. Right? So you have no worries about offending a devotee for now, because you're just a beginner. So, but you must understand what is the 10 offenses in chanting. And after that, try to rectify it slow by slow. It's not necessary. You know, in my 30 years of in my life in Hare Krishna movement, I have offended so many people. I have offended so many people. I have spoke so badly about people. I have done that, even after that. But later, as we get older, as we get matured, because for me, Mataji, we don't have any particular person to guide. You know, there's no one to come and sit down and guide you with all these kind of sessions and all these things. Right? So what I did, I want to study this for my own nourishment. And I was thinking, okay, since like most of you are since a beginner, now itself we should tell you all these important things or learn, understand the law. Then later you can think about how you're going to practice the rules. It is later. But now understand the rules. Okay?
Yeah, okay. But
Don't-
honestly, nowadays it's getting very soft. The heart is compared to the same way, you're like, okay, where's the anger go on? Something is not right.
Exactly. So you are not trying to melt your heart, right? You didn't try
Yeah.
to my heart is so no. The process will melt it. Without you realizing, you feel very relaxed, you feel very humble, you feel very tolerant, you feel very sober, you know. The process will do it. So no worries, okay?
Yeah, exactly. Agree.
Okay. Nice question. Hare Krishna. Okay, we continue. All right, let's look at chapter 5, worshipping the demigods as independent of Krishna. There's a second offense. Does anyone reach that? Okay. All right. Then, okay, let's start. Jaya Gadadhar Prana Janav Jivana, Jaya Sita Nada, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Gana. Haridas Thakur spoke with folded hands. Now, hear about the second. Is it recording? So, now hear about the second offense. O Lord of the universe. First, he clarified the position of Vishnu. Vishnu is the supreme principle, not subject to duality of the material world. Okay? Vishnu is the supreme principle and not subject to duality. What is duality means? In this world, everything, there's two things, yin and yang. In Chinese, they call yin and yang, black and white. Right? There's good and bad, man and women. All right, there's nothing in between, right? Good, there's only the world of duality. Right? So now Vishnu is a supreme principle and is not subject to duality, right? Of the material world. He is the form full of consciousness. First, we understand his form is full of consciousness and is full of knowledge. His form is full of consciousness and full of knowledge. Sachit Ananda Vigraha. Okay? And existing eternally beyond the modes of, okay, beyond the modes of material nature, beyond the modes of material nature. Although being the absolute controller, even though he's the absolute controller of the material world, okay, he is a supreme controller, even though he is the being of absolute control of the supreme. Just give me a second. Huh? Srimati, come in. Okay. So even though he is in the material world, he is the absolute, is not affected by the material nature. What is happening? Oops. Right. Anyway, so although being an absolute controller of the material world, that means he's the absolute controller of the material world. Now, Krishna in Goloka is the original and supreme Vishnu form. Okay, so there are so many Vishnus, but Krishna in Goloka is the original and supreme Vishnu form. First of all, what is Vishnu means? Vishnu means the one who pervades everywhere. Everywhere, even in the atom and everything, that's the name of Vishnu. Vishnu means the one who pervades everywhere. So that means among all the Vishnu forms, Krishna in Goloka is the original form. Okay, being ornamented with 64 transcendental qualities. So Krishna has 64 transcendental qualities to enhance his blissful activity by which he performs his activity. All right. The Purusha avatar and other plenary avatar all possesses 60 qualities. All right. So Purusha avatar, that means his avatar, Purusha avatar like Rama and all this Narayana and all these things, and other plenary avatar like Dhanvantri and all the avatar, all the other expansion, they only possesses 60 qualities. So that means what is it? Okay, 60 qualities for what? In order to carry out their function. So far so good. But now the question is, what is that extra 4 qualities that Krishna has? Extra 4 qualities Krishna has is what? To enhance his blissful activities. To enhance his blissful activities. That means he performs his activities, right? To enhance his blissful activities. Thank you. Oh, battery. Oh, Krishna. Just give me a second. Hey Krishna, can you hear me? Oh, it's not muted. Oh my God. Can you hear me? Am I audible?
Yes, Prabhu, you're audible.
Yes, Prabhu. Clear and audible, Prabhu.
You heard me talking to my daughter?
No, Prabhu, no, Prabhu. Just in the middle, you muted everything.
Something wrong with my mouse. When I click something, it goes somewhere else. Right. Anyway, so okay. So that means the 64 qualities. So 60 qualities to carry out their function. So now Krishna expands as 2 types in conscious particle. Who Krishna expands as 2 types in 2 types of conscious particles. That means the first is the ordinary jiva. First, he expanded as ordinary jiva, which has 50 qualities to some degrees. So that means we are the ordinary jivas. We have 50 qualities, but also to some degree, not complete. We have 50 qualities. The second are demigods, right? The demigods, which has the same 50 qualities, but to a greater degree. Please underline this statement. You all understand? So that means Krishna has expanded into 2 types of. Okay. Right. So Krishna expanded in his 2 particles. That means first he came as an ordinary jiva. 2 types of conscious particle, a drop of it. Okay. First is jiva. That means living entity like us. We have 50 qualities to certain degree. The same thing is demigods. They have the same 50 qualities, but to a greater degree. So that means we understand that devas are somewhere like us, but they have more intense qualities than what we have. In addition, what they call Lord Shiva possesses 5 more qualities. That means he has 55 qualities. Okay. Vishnu has all these qualities plus 5 more. That means Vishnu have all these qualities plus 5 more, which are not found in other living entities. That means human being, we got 50, and the devas got 50 also, but in a greater quality. Lord Shiva has extra 5, 55, and Lord Vishnu has extra 5, 60. You all got it? So they have 60 quality, which is not found in other living entities. In this way, we can see that Vishnu or Narayana with 60 qualities is the Lord. And Shiva and Lord Shiva and other demigods are his servants. Okay, we must understand that. Greater than ordinary jivas. I mean, who is greater than ordinary jiva? Greater than ordinary jiva are the demigods and Shiva. All right, and Lord Shiva and demigods are greater. And greater than Shiva is Vishnu. And Lord of the Jivas and the Lord of the demigods. That means the Vishnu is the Lord of the Jivas and also Lord of the demigods. Therefore, whoever considers Vishnu on the same level as whoever considers Vishnu on the same level as demigods is very ignorant. All right, is very ignorant. Okay, that means, in other words, there is a king who has all opulence. Okay, he has full opulence. Then he comes to the state sultan. He has he has a little lower than the king's opulence, a little lower. Then the prime minister have a little lower. The chief minister is even little lower. Then we have a what do you call the MLA, member of legislature, Adun. They have into a lower. Like that, when you look at all these things, all right. So we know that all of them are sitting in certain position and but when we going to generalize, say that all the king, the prime minister, the sultan, and even the Adun or even Ketua Kampung, all of these people are equal. Where do we stand? This is what they call a very ignorant statement. So we are very ignorant. So some people claim that Brahman. So some people claim that Brahman without qualities take on qualities. Some people claim that Brahman without qualities take on qualities when it expands to Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva. Okay, there are some Mayavadis who will be saying this. Let me say that. Claim that Brahman means the effulgent, the light. Okay, without any qualities. They don't have any quality because light will take qualities. Like when he comes into Brahman, he takes the quality of Brahma. When he comes to Vishnu, he takes the quality of Vishnu. When it comes to Shiva, it's the quality of Shiva. It's a Brahma, it's called Mayavadi philosophy, right? However, the conclusion scripture is that Narayana is supreme. But even that, the conclusion of the scripture is that Narayana is the supreme and is the cause of Brahma and Shiva, right? So this is Mayavadi philosophy. You have to be very careful. Some people claim that Brahman without qualities take on qualities when then expands to Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva. Okay, it is wrong philosophy. Now, and is the cause of Brahma and Shiva. Whoever rejects, now he says, whoever rejects Vishnu as the supreme controller and takes worship to the demigods falls into the world of illusion. Okay, so Haridas Thakur is saying this. So that means he says that whoever fails, all right, to whoever rejects Vishnu, they say, no need Vishnu, put him aside, all right, as the supreme and start to have an independent worship. Okay, they fall into the world of illusion. Okay, so now, how about these people? So if I go to some, if I happen to go to some temple, all right, like Shiva temple, Kartik temple, Ganesh temple, what should I do? All right, so you should offer your obeisances. When you see them, offer your pranam. But remember, you're offering a pranam as a servant of Krishna. And what you should ask them, my dear Ganesh, my dear Kartik, Muruga, please give me the love of God. They can give you that. Please give me devotion to Krishna. Please engage me always in the devotion of Krishna. Right? Please give me the understanding of the Shastra. Example, when Vyasadeva wanted to write Mahabharata, he couldn't get a person to write, to dictate. So he's looking, and the best person to he called upon is Lord Ganesha, Vinayagar. So Lord Ganesha came, he said, Vyasa says, I'm going to speak, you write. They agreed. At that time, they found there's no pen. You know, there's a inscription there, what they call the long Ani, they call Ani, right? To write. So what happened? He broke his task. He broke his task and started write Mahabharata. So when he wrote Mahabharata, all the stories, especially in Mahabharata, in one of the part of the Mahabharata chapter, in Bhishma Kanda, you can see the entire Bhagavad Gita was there. 700 verses of Bhagavad Gita was actually compiled by Lord Ganesh. And in that also says, worshipping of demigods is not allowed. But why he didn't protest it? Right? Then another person, another authority that we Vaishnavas follows, the authority from Skanda Purana by Lord Kartikeya. So when we go to Lord Kartikeya Muruga, or we go to Lord Ganapati, Ganesha, we can go and ask them, my dear Lord, please give me, please grant me bhakti. They will grant you. I have seen all the devotees who came, they are formally ardent Ganesh Bhakta, ardent Murugan Bhaktan, or ardent Lord Shiva Bhakta, or even Mother Parvati. So if we become a very sincere devotee to that particular demigods, they will show you the way, they will bless you to the way. Okay, they will bless you. They will bless you. Now I show you the truth is there. All right. So therefore, we must always remember, we do not worship demigods independently. That is not allowed. That's offense. But we can go to the demigods. Right? Like when you go for Thaipusam, you pray, dear Muruga, give me the knowledge. Tandeiki Vedam Sonne. Murugan, Tandeiki Vedam Sonne. Right? So what Vedam, what teaching that Murugan taught the father Shiva? Right? At the same time, then he says, okay, then I go to this like Ganesh Chaturdasi. When you go to Lord Ganesh Chaturdasi, you offer some you know that urunda and what they call modagam. All this kind of preparation that is auspicious of Lord Ganesh, make it very nicely, offer to your deities, offer to Krishna, and take it as prasadam and go and offer to Ganesh. My dear Ganesh, I came here with Krishna's Mahaprasadam. Please accept it. The only boon that I'm asking from you, please give me the love of God. When there's so many offerings are coming to them, Lord Ganesh will be attracted to your offering because you're offering him prasadam. Okay, so we must remember that. Why I'm saying it this year? Because another half an hour, the session going over. If we are not going to speak about it, I don't want you to have a wrong impression. All right, wrong impression. So that means we must always worship the devas in association with Vishnu. They are the ministers, they are this thing, and we worship them, saying that you are the servant of the Lord. You are the servant of the Lord. You know, like for instance, like the last Gaura Purnima festival, there was they overprinted the leaflet. They printed the leaflet, overprinted. Then I was thinking, oh my, another few more days, where to distribute. So I went to all the temples in Ipoh. All right. I visited something like around what 20 plus temples. It's like a yatra, temple yatra. So I went to start from one temple. I went there, I put a stack of that thing. I just said, oh mother, you and along with your devotees, please welcome to our Saint Temple to participate in Gaura Purnima festival. You know, you are a mother, you are a goddess, and this whole universe is under your control. This is Devi Dham, and you are also known as Maya Devi. But now, please give a little mercy to your devotees and encourage them to come to our temple. At least let them come out of it. Please be the instrument. You may serve Krishna in that way by making your devotee to come and taste bhakti. Put that. Like that, I went to all the temple. And that day, I was thinking, nobody will turn up, because I was thinking, even at least they take the leaflet, they chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. There's a mantra, the Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. At least chanting is there. I was thinking that. But there, during Gaura Purnima, I start to see so many people. They are definitely typically from these temples. There's one guy with the 3 patte. Remember, women?
Yes, Prabhu. I saw that, Prabhu. Yes,
The
yes.
guy with the black shirt, right? Black shirt in a dhoti.
Yes,
and he was
Prabhu.
And we all are doing kirtan and sitting and meditating. He was thinking, what is this? So noisy. But he couldn't meditate. Then after that, he just got up, sat on the chair, and started to clap. No, he joined the kirtan party, I think. Vivan? I think he sat among the kirtan party, yes?
Yes, yes, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu.
And he was clapping and chanting. And he was so happy. And he stayed until the last. Right? So like that. Another example of how this thing attraction. Lusen Chiang Mataji brought a person, a Chinese man. He came. I was thinking, okay, maybe halfway you want to go or what? I was just thinking about it, But he also stayed and he clapped And he was participated, the entire thing had a nice prasadam, and he participated till the end. But of course, later Mataji said he had some intention. But doesn't matter whatever intention he has. But he participated the entire program. Lusan Chang Mataji, did he participate in Abhishek? Did he offer milk to in Abhishekam?
I think yes, everyone. I maybe because I don't want to close to him.
That day, when he brought him to the temple, did he come and offer the milk to the deity?
I do,
He-
yeah. All the while I sit next to him.
I know.
Ask him to, yeah.
Did you pour milk?
I brought milk, but maybe he behind me. He stay behind.
They have done it, lah.
Mm.
Yes. So like that. And imagine he did that. Rusan Chang Mataji met him in Thaipusam, and some other she followed with him, and he came for Goro Purnima, the topmost festival. Okay, anyway, I'm going out of the topic. So now, that is how we should worship them. Not keeping them independent. It is offense. So what happened? They will fall into the world of illusion. Okay. So other people claim that Vishnu is all pervading throughout the universe. So other people claim that Vishnu pervading, that means it's everywhere throughout the universe. And he's present in the demigod as well. Yes, he's also there in the demigod. So one can worship Vishnu by worshipping all the demigods. But this is not the ruling of the scripture. Right? You understand? They say that Vishnu is everywhere and Vishnu is also inside the demigod. So now we worship the devas. It is considered that we are worshipping Vishnu. But that is not the ruling of the scripture, right? We must understand whether this is the activity, whether this type of activity is still forbidden. Right? By worshipping Vishnu, all other worships are perfect. Now what we will say, by worshipping Vishnu, all other worships become perfected. When you start to worship Vishnu, all the other worships like worship of Shiva and all this become perfected. Just like be giving water to the root of a tree, the branches and become satisfied. So by worshipping Vishnu exclusively, all worship is covered. So it's considered that you have done the entire worship. Right? So this is the Vedic conclusion. But unfortunately, okay, the fools reject these precepts. The fools will reject these precepts. They say, no, cannot. Under the influence of Mayavadi philosophy, right? The Mayavadi philosophy, the living entities of Kali Yuga put Vishnu in the same level of demigods. That's a terrible offense. Imagine you taking Agung Sultan, Prime Minister, Menteri Besar, including your Adun and even your Ketua Kampung. You put them all in same level. Hey Agung, and you, Ketua Kampung, all of you are same. Right? I go to Ketua Kampung and it says, Daulat tuanku, beribu-ribu ampun, harap pati diampun. Just go to inform the Sultan, Agung, you go and tell the Ketua Kampung, what will happen to you? Finish. In Tamil, he said, Raja Tiraja, Raja Martanda, Raja Gambira Yare, Panchayat தலைவர்கிட்ட. What the Sultan will do? Hey, I am sitting here, you are calling that name to him. So there's no protocol, all right? That's the same level it is in the Kali Yuga. It's very unfortunate. In truth, however, the demigods give only limited results. Okay? They only can give you limited results. Whereas worship of the Vishnu yields all result. Okay? The devas only can give you limited, but the Vishnu can give you everything. If the materialists can understand this, they will take to Vishnu worship and achieve all result. That is why even the materialists, that Krishna is so merciful, he appeared in the form of Tirupati Venkatachalapati. So all the materialistic people, at least once a year or at least once in a lifetime, they go to Tirupati to visit Tirupati. Even they go worship all the other places, but they will make a point to go to Tirupati. Why? Because no matter what, you go to Tirupati, as I believe those who have gone to Tirupati, you understand. As you put your leg inside the temple, everybody will be screaming, Govinda, 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 Govinda. And it's such a jam place where you just cannot walk. you will stuck in that crowd for at least what, few hours? Anybody been to Tirupati before? Can share your experience? Anyone has gone to Tirupati before?
Yes, Prabhu,
Anyone?
I've been. I've been,
So
Prabhu. It was a huge crowd. It was a Friday, not Saturday. So he said Saturday will be even much crowded. It was a huge crowd, and somehow we managed to go through. And usually people will say that when you're in front of Venkatachalapati, they will actually start, the security there will start pushing you. They'll say, go, 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 go. It's very difficult to get a glimpse of him. But somehow, with the mercy of Krishna, we were fortunate enough to even bow down, pay obeisances, and nobody stopped us. We did that, and then we moved. Yeah.
wow.
Moved
Okay.
with
How long
mercy.
did you take when you enter the temple? Once you enter the temple, all will start shouting Govinda, right?
Yes, yes, all throughout.
Throughout. That means from entrance the temple, seeing the deity and out. How long did you take?
Oh, that I think it took us almost about 2 hours.
2 hours. So for 2
Hours.
hours,
We took the special ticket back then. So we went to the other entrance.
yeah,
Even
but
that entrance was still quite long.
yes, the 2 hours is the hours that you people are shouting Govinda, Govinda, right?
Yes, yes, all throughout. Once you pass the gate and you enter inside from there,
Until you,
all the people chanting Govinda, Govinda.
until you
So
exit. That
you
means
so you don't actually feel the duration of waiting and going through the crowd so much when you're actually chanting Govinda, Govinda puts you in that mood, just
yes,
to go and go reach him, see him.
yes.
So it was a very nice experience actually.
So now what we understand from here is for as you enter into the gate, until you
Yes,
exit the gate, 2
Mm.
hours roughly,
yes,
there are
yeah.
how many thousand people? 10, 20,000 people there?
Um, 10, 20, maybe in front of us, not so many people, Prabhu. A few
So,
hundreds, yes. Couple of
so
hundreds, because as I told you, we took the other entrance. We paid extra money and took the other entrance back then.
what is the
Okay.
capacity?
Sorry, Prabhu.
What is the capacity in the temple? How many people can accommodate at one time?
That I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Okay.
But it was like, you enter the temple, the gate, and then you can have a quite uh, a pushy walk. But as
Yeah.
you're entering into the temple compound, oh yes, that time you can feel all the crowd pushing you, squeezing you in. You have to squeeze in to enter. You have to squeeze in because after that the pathway becomes narrower, and then you have to
Yeah.
squeeze in to enter the temple door. And again, it's like a single pathway. After that, it's very convenient. The single
Yes.
pathway, you can walk in, see, and go. But
How
somehow
many?
we were lucky. We actually bowed down and paid obeisances, and
Understand,
the
understand.
security never disturbed, never make noise. I was quite surprised, and I had a
Yeah.
good glimpse of him.
Yeah, but what is the capacity? Can anyone tell me what is the capacity of Tirupati in the temple? How many people can go in there?
Prabhu,
Vaishnav-
I've been to Tirupati several times, Prabhu.
Okay.
You can't say the capacity. Suppose you want to have a wedding, there's another hall.
No,
If
I'm
you are
talking about
counting money, there's another hall. If you are a VIP group, there's another hall, like that, na, Prabhu.
So in front of the deity as you enter the gate. That means you're entering the temple. I'm not asking whether it's VIP or normal,
Ah.
but entire place capacity, how many people can stand? Why? Whether it's a
Oh,
VIP.
a lot can stand because if you say like that, you're going to include inside and outside the temple.
Yes, yes. How many? 5,000?
Easily, Prabhu.
Easily.
Easily.
The point that I want to make here is if you go in and 5,000 people and along with you all chanting Govinda, 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 that is that huge Harinam Sankirtan that you are participating.
And once you go near the Lord, nobody shouts, na, Prabhu.
Yeah, but still your people are shouting behind you and still can hear, right?
That's outside, Babu, while they're waiting in the queue.
Yeah. So imagine 5,000 people or whichever, I'm not sure because I've not been there. And all were screaming, Govinda, 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 fight. And you're doing Harinam Sankirtan. You are calling upon the name of the Lord from the top of your lungs. Yes? People don't simply say Govinda, 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 because I've seen the video. They scream Govinda, Govinda, Govinda. One flow Govinda there, one flow Govinda here, one flow Govinda in front, Govinda. Everything is Govinda. And imagine it's a huge Harinam Sankirtan.
But
And
if you are dressed like a Hare Krishna devotee,
Yeah.
they allow you to stand a little bit longer, Navaru.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. And then if they see you putting money, a bit more longer.
Anyway, okay. So as a devotee, of course, it's the mercy of Krishna because Krishna want to express himself to all of you. Anyway, so that's what I'm saying. So Krishna is so merciful. Even a karmi who are so materially contaminated karmi, they're coming there at least once. So if those who goes to Tirupati knowingly, unknowingly, will achieve the highest benefit. All right. So like that. So worship Vishnu. Okay. So if the materialists can understand this truth, if the materialists understand that Vishnu can give you all opportunity, all fortune, then everyone will take up the Vishnu worship of Vishnu. All right. They will take to the worship of Vishnu and achieve all results. Now, how should a householder in the Varnashram system act? Okay, how should a householder in the system act? Generally, he should give up worrying about inferior obligation. He should always give up, okay, what am I going to do? Oh, what am I going to do? He should give up that thing. And he simply worship Krishna. Everything is just simply depend on Krishna. Krishna will take care. In other words, in all the samskara from the insemination to funeral, right? Krishna should be worshipped. Right? What does that mean? So all the samskara from insemination. Insemination means pregnating the wife. They call this Garbha Dana Samskara. Garbha Dana. Garbha means pregnant, the Garbha, womb. Dana. Okay. Infusing. Okay. Insemination. All right. And until the day that a person is inseminated, that means to create a child, and until the funeral, the last is funeral, Krishna should be worshipped using appropriate mantras from Vedas. Okay, they should worship by using appropriate mantras from the Vedas. One should worship the Vaishnavas and Vishnu directly. Okay, we should worship the Vaishnava and the Vishnu directly and worship the forefathers by giving them prasada of Vishnu. Okay, so I hope you get this, right? So that means one should worship the forefathers. We should worship the Vishnu, Vaishnava and Vishnu directly and worship the forefathers, Pitur, by giving them prasada of Vishnu. Okay, not cook and give it to them. Cook and offer to Krishna and give that prasada. To directly worship the demigods as the Mayavadis will do only shorten one's life. Oh, Krishna. Oh, Harimu. That means to directly worship the demigods as the Mayavadi, as how the Mayavadi worship the demigods individually, right? Directly worship them will only shorten one's life. Okay, the lifespan will be shortened. To think that the demigods are independent of Vishnu, to think that demigods are independent of Vishnu is an offense. Since the demigods take their existence from Vishnu, in them they cannot find full perfection. Even the controlling power of Brahma, Ganesh, and Surya come from Krishna. They do not have independent power. Okay, it's also mentioned in what book is that? Brahma Samhita. Okay, Brahma Samhita. Also mentioned, it's mentioned how Lord Ganesh gets his power. And Lord Ganesh original form in Vaikuntha, it is Vakreshwara. Vakreshwara, right? He is the commander-in-chief of Vishnu army, right? So they all come to this material world to take a form. Just like how we came to the material world to suffer, they also came to the material world to manage. All right. So they have the original form there. Okay. Therefore, the Grahastha Vaishnava should recognize one supreme Vishnu, Lord Vishnu, and regard the demigods as his independent, as a dependent energy, not independent, dependent energy. Thus, the Grahastha, though following the rules and customs prescribed in his caste, even though he is He's following the rules and regulation according to the caste. He will give up all those rules and include which includes demigod worship. All right. So even according to the caste system, they may have certain like Kula Devam, right? Like Kula Devam means our clan, that is the deities that we've been worshipping for in my lineage. All right. Like for instance, like my Kula Devam is in Mana Madurai. All right. There's a place they call Korakinadar Vinayagar, Ganesh. All right. So now what I did, I kicked that, but as the servant of, all right, as the one who remove that, I always separate to my Kula Devam. I said, please remove all obstacle. All right, please remove all obstacle in my bhakti. And I keep Saraswati in my altar, and I pray to Mother Saraswati, please give me the knowledge, the fine theistic knowledge of the Vedas. Please give me the remembrance. All right. So when you're going to do that, they think. So that means, in other words, so that means they follow the rules and custom prescribed by the caste and give up all rules which includes demigod worship. Example, like Pongal. During Pongal, we all worship Lord Surya, right? Lord Surya. So we put the Pongal outside, we put we boil the milk and everything, all the milk. Pongal, and we want to give, we want to like show our respect to Surya, Vayu, milk, mother cow, fire, Agni, earth pot, that earth pot. So all these elements is the one that, and the water and the rice, the grains, we are offering showing our gratitude to them. That is the custom. So what now, as a devotee, what we do? We make exactly the same custom, but we cook everything nicely and we offer it to Krishna. After we offer it to Krishna, then we offer it to Vishnu. So what during that time, you know what I pray? Oh dear Surya Dev, oh dear Agni Dev, oh dear earthen pot, Bhuma Devi, dear mother milk, Go Mother, the form in the milk, all right? Dear grains, water, Varuna, all of you gathered here, because today I'm preparing a very nice Pongal Prasadam for my worshipable Lord, Sri Sri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra. Kindly all of us, please join with me and let's prepare this nice prasadam and offer to them. And after I offer to Lord Jagannath, kindly come and accept this prasadam so I can accept it can have it as Mahaprasad. That should be the consciousness, not independently. Right? So that means, or give up all the rules that demigod worship, aim at the sense gratification, aim for our own happiness, and hold firmly to the path of bhakti. We have to hold firmly in the path of bhakti. Right? So now, worshipping him alone in all cases where worship is prescribed. Right? In this way, a grahastha or married man with his fixed mind devotion to Krishna will perform the samskara of his caste. That means still perform the samskara according to his caste, but at the same time satisfy the ancestry by Vishnu Prasad. Vishnu Prasadam offering. Right? They offer. So sometimes when we see a person dies, when we do that memorial prayer, always better offer them prasadam, the pinda. Take the pinda, make it nicely, offer to Krishna, then give it to the forefathers. Don't simply offer. And offer oblation. Okay, satisfy the ancestor by Vishnu Prasad offering, and offer oblation to the demigods by recognizing them as the devotee of Krishna. So then you offer them to distinct Krishna, the devas, recognizing them as devotee of Krishna, and then taking prasada himself. Then after that, you take your own prasadam. He knows that by worshipping Krishna and Vaishnava, all result, okay, worshipping Krishna and Vaishnava, all results are attained. Thus, he always chant the holy name, being careful to avoid offenses such as the second aparadh. All right, the second aparadh, that is this. Okay, now the third thing we're going to continue next week, Monday. All right, so we stop here. It's already 10:50. So now we open for a question. Please mark your book. The question may arise.
Prabhu, what is second aparadha, Prabhu?
Worshipping the demigods independently.
Thank you.
Worshipping the demigods as independent of Krishna. Yes, Vivan.
Vaishnavu. Prabhu, what are the transcendental qualities, Prabhu, which differs from living entity to Lord Shiva, and Lord Shiva to Vishnu, and Vishnu to Krishna, because there's a different
Quality.
types transcendental qualities. If like, for instance, living entities have 50 qualities, and then the Lord Shiva have 55 qualities, and Lord Vishnu has 60 qualities. And what are the qualities, Prabhu? Just want to.
Qualities is in the group.
Okay, bro. Thanks, Prabhu.
The qualities is very much detailed, and I can't remember most of it. But the most important qualities, like Lord Krishna has extra 4 qualities, like the attraction, okay, the love, the loving reciprocation, this thing, okay. The questions may arise. One nation follow the Varnashram system. Okay. Good question. I'll share in the group. Okay, we are marking at the age of 48, at page 48. If you got a book, please mark at page 48. I remember reading somewhere. I think we will look into it in Nectar of Devotion. Okay, let me see. I've got a book in front of me.
In the Krishna book, Prabhu.
Oh, in Krishna book, huh?
Yeah, very clearly written. He can play the flute. It's attraction for devotees and devotees surrounding him. All these 4, Prabhu.
Right. I see. Okay. I'll check it.
Always surrounded by devotees. He plays a flute and his glance attracts everybody and his beauty.
I see.
Krishna book is there.
Okay, I think I found it. All right, now let me read to you. If you have a Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, it is at chapter 21. Chapter 21, the qualities of Sri Krishna. Sri Rupa Goswami, after consulting various scripture, has enumerated the transcendental quality of the Lord as follows. Number 1, beautiful features of the entire body. Number 2, marked with all auspicious characteristics. Number 3, extremely pleasing, effulgent, strong, ever youthful, wonderful linguist, truthful, talks pleasingly, fluent, highly learned, highly intelligent, genius, artistic, extremely clever, expert, grateful, firmly determined, an expert judge of time and circumstances, sees and speaks on the authority of the Veda or scriptures, pure, self-control, steadfast, forbearing, forgiving, grave, self-satisfied, possessing equilibrium, magnanimous, religious, heroic, compassionate, respectful, gentle, liberal, shy, the protector of surrendered soul, happy, the well-wisher of devotees, controlled by love, all auspicious, most powerful, all famous, popular, partial to devotees, very attractive to all women, all worshipable, all opulent, all honorable, the supreme controller. So these are the 50 transcendental qualities that we human being has, and the devas they have extra. But Krishna have all these things in fullness, as deep as the ocean. Okay, that's the 50 qualities. Then after that, besides the above 50 qualities, Lord Krishna possesses 5 more, which are sometimes partially manifest in the persons like Brahma and Shiva. Okay, what is that? Number 51, changeless, they cannot change. All cognizant, ever fresh, Sachit Ananda, possess an eternal blissful body. 55, possessing all mystic perfection. That's extra, the Deva says. Now, let's look at the prominent feature of body of Narayana. Okay, that's extra 5. 56, he has inconceivable potency. Uncountable universe generated from his body. Okay, a lot of universe, okay? He is the 58, is the original source of all incarnation. 59, he is the giver of salvation to the enemies who he kills. He kills the enemy will become liberated. And 60, he is the attractor of liberated soul. Okay, all these qualities are incomplete in the form of Narayana. Now, beside this, the Krishna has extra form of qualities. That is, number 1, 61. He is the performer of all wonderful varieties of pastimes. Okay. Number 62. He's surrounded by devotees endowed with wonderful love of Godhead. 63. He can attract all living entities all over the universe by playing his flute. 64. He has a wonderful excellence of beauty which cannot be rivaled anywhere in this creation. Okay, you got it, Vivan? Thank you for that question, Vivan. Your reference can be in page in that qualities of Krishna.
Okay, bro. Thank you, bro. Thank you very much, bro.
I also have shared the PDF, the Krishna. I mean, after this program, we may do this. Then Bhakti. What they call? Next
Diksha
devotion.
Oh.
Devotion means Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. All right, I've sent that PDF. I hope that you all have printed out. Okay, the one that I asked you to print. If you have the printed copy, please go and see under chapter 53, the qualities of Krishna. There you can read through the entire qualities of Lord Krishna. Okay, any more questions? Oh, even this class is so blissful, but it's very tiring. I'm so tired already now. 3 hours, non-stop. Any other question? Okay, if there's no question, we're going to continue our session next week, Monday. Next week, we come back to our normal timing, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. School starts, 9 o'clock. So I have to send my children to school. Then we start our program from 9 o'clock in the morning to 11 o'clock. Okay, that's the first thing. And secondly, I'll be going to KL, SGM KL this Sunday. If any devotees from KL, I love to meet all of you. So hope to see you there. All right, Vaishnava Kripa Prabhu, I definitely want to meet you, Prabhu. Hope to see you there, right? And
Yeah, bro, we're going there.
so I'm going back. I'm going there on Saturday. I'm not sure whether I'll join the program Saturday or not, but Sunday morning I'll be there. Okay. So Vivan, you want to join us?
Fully, bro. I haven't get the green light yet, bro.
Okay. All right. So thank you very much for such a wonderful time. It's very important that this kind of wonderful association is I'm very gifted to have this kind of wonderful association. Thank you so much. Right. I wish you have a beautiful Krishna conscious weekend, Saturday and Sunday. Now you can also start to chant your Hare Krishna mantra according to what we have learned 2 days ago. All right. Then other than that, have a blissful weekend. Till we meet on Monday morning, Monday at 9 o'clock. Have a beautiful day. Pancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyacha paditanam pavinibhyo Vaishnavi Bayu Namo Namah. Srila Haridas Thakur ki jai, Srila Harinam Cintamani ki jai, Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gora Premanande, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna.